Hi everyone, welcome back to the Trike Show. I'm Harold.
And I'm Braden.
And we're here to talk Trikes. This week we're going to be talking about trike comfort. In particular, we're talking about, for those that already have a trike, how can you make your trike more comfortable? And for those that are looking to get a new trike, what comfort options should I get? What makes a trike comfortable and where do I go from there?
So to start with, let's talk about trike and comfortability, right? The reason that you go with the recumbent trike or already have a recumbent trike, they're already more comfortable than a bike.
Absolutely.
I don't have to explain it to you.
No question.
The comfortability on a bike seat, if there is any at all, is completely outshined by the back and butt support provided by a recumbent
would
seat.
you rather be riding on a lounge chair or riding on a large spike?
Right. I mean, that's the reason I went over to a recumbent seat, recumbent trike in general, just a lot more comfortable long-term riding than a bike seat.
Right.
To go from there, how do you improve a recumbent seat? It's already going to be better than what I had on a bike.
Right.
What options do I have to make that recumbent seat more comfortable?
I mean, a lot of what that's going to come down to is the seat pad, the mesh on that, whether you prefer having a more plush seat or something a little bit firmer. The seat angle as well. A lot of the trikes we have here are going to have adjustable seat angles. Some of them don't. Something to keep in mind as well. Then off of that,
specific models, like if we were sticking to cat trike,
let's start talking about cat trike, since their seats are going to be a little bit more unique than the other brands out there, in that it's integrated into the frame. Cat trike started out with their space frame models, and you would choose the model of the trike based on the seat angle that you wanted. That's changed now. There's only a few space frame models out there now with the Expedition, the 700 on the Pocket. Every other model out there is going to have an adjustable seat and padding on that seat as well. Those space frame models just come with a mesh and mesh only, which some find that firmness a little bit more comfortable. Some like that padding that comes with those other models.
And with the space frame, that seat is completely welded into the frame.
Right, you are locked into that recumbent seat angle.
Yeah, there's no changing. There's no back support,
Nope.
Which is unique in the new trikes. Well, not even unique. You find it in all the trike models now.
Right.
But the seat is movable in the angle.
So right, you're going to have seat adjusters on the back of the seat.
Yeah, reclined and inclined depending on what kind of riding you're looking to do.
Well, it's going to be the bottom of the seat that is still welded onto the frame. It's just going to be the back support that's going to be adjustable there.
So to give you more incline or recline just from the back.
Right.
The seat still isn't removable. You couldn't change it to another seat.
Right. You can't move it forward across the frame like with Sun models. It just is going to be your back angle.
It's locked in.
Yep.
Perfect. And do we sell seat adapters for those?
We do sell seat extensions. So if you want to sit more upright,
just to plug those in.
Toss it in. Do a quick little plug. Yes, we do sell seat extensions for cat trikes only, so that you can go up into a more inclined seat angle.
Yeah, because the stock extensions are 3-4 inches.
Right.
Ours are 6-7 inches.
Right. It's going to be a pretty significant jump to there, though. So if you're one of those riders that's afraid about sitting so far back, get one of those seat adjusters and you're going to be at a nearly upright angle.
Yeah, if you need to be seated at a 90-degree angle.
That's right.
We have the option.
We do have that option.
I just like to sprinkle that in there real quick. But I didn't mean to cut you off.
Okay.
What are some of those other options? You mentioned seat pads a little bit ago.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, all of those other cat trike models, the Dumont 559, Trail, Villager, I think that's it, are all going to come with padded seats already, which are a few centimeters thick, which helps in taking up any sort of road vibration.
You mentioned the older space frame models having just the mesh backing, not having that 2-3 centimeter thick cat trike seat pad.
Right.
It's worth mentioning that they have updated the mesh since, believe it or not, in 20 years, they've changed the mesh a little bit.
That's crazy.
A little more comfortable now. They've added some more padding to them, built into the mesh. If you had an old cat trike with the older mesh, the new mesh is compatible for the most part.
Yes, it is going to be compatible.
Just in case you wanted that extra
little bit of plushness.
There's some options. If you wanted more than just what the mesh can give you, what options do we have?
We really only have one option. It's going to be the Vent-to-Sit seat pads. Those are going to be another 2 centimeter or 3 centimeter pad that will sit right on top of your mesh.
And are those only available for cat trike models?
No, they're not only available for cat
Just to give you an easy layup.
No, yeah, those are going to be also available for our European models like HP Velotechnic, ICE, AZUB. Every one of those are going to have a compatible Ventasit seat pad. A lot of those other models are going to have padding on them too. AZUB just came out with their Dream Seat, which is pretty similar to what the Ergolux is. It's phenomenal. I love it. Seats. I love it. And then ICE, of course, also has their Ergolux seat. It's amazing too. Very comfortable, very wide. It's going to be one of the plushest rides out there. We also have a secret little
new mesh,
seat mesh that we're working on too.
It's coming out for e-quads and trikes and whatever we can get it to fit on.
Yeah, we're going to try and fit it on as much as we can, and it's going to be in the same vein of the Ergolux seat and the Dream Seat.
Hopefully coming out soon.
It should be coming out this year, we hope.
Should be good. You brought up European trikes. Those tend to have, I'm personally thinking, they have more comfortable seats. Ergolux, the Dream Seat,
right?
Fantastic. Specifically for the Sunseeker model, this is where I see a lot of the Ventasit seat pads.
Exactly.
Just because they don't have a lot of seat options stock with padding.
Right.
Like the EcoTad almost is purely mesh. They have that little pad in the bottom.
Right, that little foam pad.
But for most riders, they kind of opt in for that Ventasit seat pad.
Exactly. I mean, I guess one thing to keep, if we're going to be talking about Sunseekers, there's also the Easy Tad, which has that plush bottom as well, and then that mesh back, kind of the opposite.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love talking about the Easy Tad seat. It is my least favorite option, but it is there, and some riders do opt for it.
They swear by it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to badmouth anything we've got, but we have options to make the seat itself more comfortable.
Absolutely. We have padding. We have padding to make it work for any of the Sunseekers or anything. We can make it more comfortable.
Carry 1,000 different models of Ventasit seat pads. The call cut to size to whatever we kind of need it to fit on.
Right.
So contact us. Not all the information on the website. If you have a trike, get us the measurements. We can find you a Ventasit seat pad that'll fit that seat.
Absolutely. We kind of talked about it a little bit. Seat angles. What is going to be the best seat angle when riding on a trike?
That's a great question. I got asked the other day from a customer, what is the ideal seat angle I have? And I don't mean to laugh at the question. It's a fair question. Good for asking.
Right.
There isn't a right or wrong way to ride these trikes as far as seat angle goes.
Right.
It's really going to come down to how much comfort you want versus kind of angle. What works best for you?
Right.
If we're looking purely objective, I'm most comfortable on my bed, which is, I'm laying down completely prone.
Right.
My head and neck and back are all laying flat. Can't really do that on a trike as much as I would love to.
Right.
I do need to keep my head looking forward. So there's a balance between going all the way up to like a 90-degree angle, looking straight ahead of me with my back straight, to laying all the way back. Of course, the more reclined you go, the harder angle you're going to be turning your head to look forward.
Which is why with a lot of like the more recumbent design trikes, they come with headrests.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at like the Cat Trike 700 or the ICE VTX, racing trikes, they're made to lay down as far as you can, less wind resistance.
Right.
They already come with a headrest.
Right.
Because they know you're getting
head up.
They don't want you hanging your neck back the whole time.
Right.
Need that extra support. There's headrest options for all of our trikes. We make some
every single one
in-house. The UT custom headrest is fantastic.
Right.
I try to opt every customer for it when they buy a Cat Trike because I like it more than the Cat Trike.
Right.
But it's personal. It's a personal preference on what you find more comfortable. If we want to go into it, I think it's important to mention the seat angle as you're adjusting that back and forth. It is going to change your leg measurement.
Right.
And I think that is far more important than whether or not you have the optimal seating adjustment.
Right. I mean, you want to be mindful again. Readjusting your chain and doing anything like that is a pain if you don't know what you're doing or if you don't have the proper tools. You won't be able to do it. Right. So when you're going and you're experimenting with your seat angle, I'd recommend also having a chain set with you, being mindful of where your legs are at, how do your legs feel, and your body, and your arms, your chest. It's a whole body experience riding a trike. So really, when you're experimenting with these, be mindful of every single part, not just your back.
I mean,
specifically when you're going to adjust a trike, the primary thing when you're getting fitted here, or when we're fitting you to the trike. We want to make sure that the seat angle is right where you want it, that you feel supported in every way, and that your head and neck feel supported as well, which is when we'll toss in a headrest. And then after that, we're going to look at the leg length and make sure that that's properly adjusted. And then even after that, in some cases, we want to make sure that the handlebars are at the correct angle to where either if you're horizontal or vertical, you can feel like you can control the trike comfortably and you're not having too much pressure on your arms and hands.
Our that Cat Trike Max, we had that Firefly Yellow Cat Trike Max, still on promotion sale. If it's available, please check it out. But the seat angle on it was so far forward and no one adjusted the handlebars. So I've been having customers test drive a little while. I hadn't even noticed. But the handlebars are so close to the seat.
Right.
I mean, you're like a T-Rex riding it. And they're completely adjustable. We can move them forward.
Absolutely.
I mean, it is going to depend on the model of trike, depending on not all of the handlebars can be moved forward, angle in and out. There's other ways of adjusting it.
Absolutely. And
to
getting
make
you
that
into a more
work.
comfortable control position.
I think all of this to tie back together. No, there's not a one correct way to set your seat angle to. I can't tell you the perfect angle. I don't know the perfect angle.
It doesn't exist from us. We have the way that we like riding trikes. You're going to have your own way of riding trikes, and that's how it should be.
I mean, just the same way I hop in my mom's car and I have to play with the seat every time.
Right.
You know, I can't drive it like this. So
crunched up.
Don't listen to me when I tell you need to be laying on the rear wheel.
Right.
You're probably going to be somewhere in this range, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's going to be dependent on you writing it and figuring it out. And of course, we're here to help you kind of adjust it.
We'll get it as close as we can, but then it really then does come down to you as a rider and what feels good.
So to sum everything up, I mean, you get the backrest, your seat adjusted correctly. You get the neck rest adjusted to fit that.
Right.
Your leg length's all set up. You're out riding. You need to still adjust those handlebars. You're probably not going to know the right adjustment on the handlebars until you're out there riding.
Right.
Which I think is fair to say about the whole setup, but specifically the handlebars.
Right.
My suggestion, ride it, take it out a couple miles, wait till those arms are sore, and then bring a set of Allens with you, adjust those handlebars as need be until that pain kind of disappears.
Right.
Lock it down, ride it again.
Right.
You know, you're going to be experimenting with these trikes for a long time.
Yeah.
Be prepared to make these custom,
do a little bit of work on it.
Yeah, adjustments to make sure they work for you long term.
Absolutely. Well, we talked about a couple options that we have here to make trikes a little bit more comfortable. What kind of other options are there?
I mean, your most comfortable. I mean, if you already have the trike or you're getting a trike, and the easiest thing to like change or pick on it, going to come down to tires, right? Most trikes nowadays, I mean, even forever, all the time. Come with skinny, high-pressure tires. Better for rolling, faster speeds, which for the most part is what people are looking for.
Right.
But if you're looking for comfort riding, we do have comfort tire options.
Absolutely.
And that tends to be a wider tire set with lower PSI. The fat tire options do great. And if you have those skinny tires, most of the Big Apple tires, the Schwalbe Big Apple tire has been a lifesaver.
Yeah.
Everyone, I get asked all the time. These are like one of our most popular tires, if not our most popular tire for comfort riding.
Right.
And they fit most Cat Trike models, Ice model, A-Zubs. You put them on everything. And those are just going to be a little wider than the stock tires, which gives you a little bit more bounce.
Right.
Similar to those fat tires, they kind of act as a pseudo suspension.
Braden,
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah.
Talking about suspension, what should I be considering as a new trike rider or an existing trike rider getting a suspension trike?
Yeah. Getting a suspension trike is really, I mean, half the battle is getting the trike with suspension.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, there's not a lot of custom options to add suspension to existing models.
Right.
Something that we've been working on, something we've talked about for a long time, is adding suspension to existing models. Some stuff's still in the work. I haven't come out with a lot of new stuff, but specific models that have suspension already built around it do great.
Right.
That's what it's for, is for comfort riding.
Like the Dumont, the
Cat
A-Zub,
Trike
Tie
Dumont.
Flies.
Tie flies are fantastic. I love A-Zub.
Have the option to have suspension on them.
And then even like the fat tire options with suspension, a little overkill,
at that point.
But the Sunseeker CXS is arguably our most popular trike.
Yeah.
That is a fat tire option with suspension. Rides fantastic. I mean, it really takes that road any debris, bumps,
You run
gravel.
those tires at a low pressure, and then you have that suspension. It's like riding on a cloud.
Yep. I mean, it's cloud riding. Our E-Quad, our 4x4, we do have fat tires on those. There's suspension. So the options there for suspension trikes and quads, it's fantastic. It works great. If you're looking to retrofit suspension to specific models, again, you are very limited to what trike models can take suspension.
Right. I think right now the only front suspension retrofit we have are for Sunseeker models, in particular the EcoTad or the EasyTad are going to use those CXS spindles and have that front suspension.
We do, on some cases, have the Ice King posts we can put on Ice Adventure.
Right.
And they have the added benefit of being able to add rear suspension on them. It does require replacing the rear end of the frame, which can be a pretty intensive
At that point, you'd have to
job.
take it into us.
Yeah, I would bring
That's
it to
not
us.
something I would do on your own.
I wouldn't feel comfortable shipping it out. We have in rare occasions, but not something that I would do regularly.
Right.
But there are options to add suspension to very specific models of trikes.
Right. Nothing universal yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
All right. I mean, we're interested to know in what options you guys are out there using to make your trike more comfortable. Leave a comment below and let us know what you're doing to keep riding, keep enjoying that ride, and relaxing too.
Relaxing. That's what the point of this week's video was.
Relaxing.
If it wasn't clear enough, comfortability.
Yeah.
Again, any questions, leave them below. Send us an email. Use our live chat feature on the website. Give us a call. Happy to talk trikes, talk quads. It's what we do. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Keep posted.
Right.
We're going to be back next week. Yeah. Remember,
Hit that bell.
Hit that bell icon. Remember our notifications. We want to keep you here.
Absolutely. We want to keep you guys informed and want you to remember something really important, don't we, Braden?
Yeah, we do. Why don't you remind them what we need to keep in
Remember
mind?
to relax, spin fast, and ride trikes. We'll see you guys next time.